Roll out!
Hello and welcome to That's Just Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at my very own custom Generation 2 Laser Optimus Prime, and I love this toy. Originally released in 1995, this guy originally retailed for approximately $25. Now, if you're familiar with this figure, I'm sure you're noticing right away that the paint job and the paint scheme on this guy is completely different from what you're used to. And that's because I never owned the original Generations 2 Optimus Prime. I saw it. I had a couple of opportunities to get it, and I never did pick it up because I never really cared for the paint job on that figure. It had the nose of the cab was red, and then the back of the cab was black, and the trailer itself was the biggest killer for me because it was a gray tanker trailer, and it had the sticker on it with Optimus Prime shooting fire into, like a flamethrower, into a forest, and it said Laser Prime. No, it said Optimus Prime Octane real big on it, and it was kind of comical, but it was unintentional, and it was kind of a put-off for me, and I never really cared for the decoration on that figure. A couple of years ago, I went to BotCon, and I found the basic figure alone by itself for $10. So I went ahead and picked it up, and then I was able to get a set of reproduction of the laser clear weapons that you're supposed to get for this guy for another $10. And then I went online and I picked up a this, I believe, was the Black Convoy trailer. And I picked this up for another $20. So, you know, all in all, I paid $40, and I made my own custom Optimus Prime. Obviously, you know, I stripped him down and I repainted him into more of a G1 color scheme. Now, this was one of my first customs. So, in my opinion, the paint is a little crude. I think I could have done better on it. It's not too terrible, but again, one of my first. So, you know, you're your own worst critic, and I think I could have done a little better. But you know, we'll take a better look at that here and when we get into the figure. In truck mode, the cab itself is approximately 8.5 inches long and about 3 inches tall at the top of the cab here. The trailer is approximately 9.5 inches long, 5.5 tall. In total, the truck-trailer combination is about 15 inches long. This is a very nice size vehicle, pretty big. And as you can see, the tanker trailer here, I've got it in the G1 kind of paint style with the red cab and the blue on the back here. And then I really like the just plain chrome and, you know, silver and black trailer that the Black Convoy had. I just thought that was such a nice looking trailer, and this is my ideal looking Generation 2 Optimus Prime. I really like this thing. He rolls real nice. He does have some features here I really like. Optimus here has some electronics. There's a little button on the top here. When you press down on it, you can see down on the bottom here that the headlights light up. It's pretty neat. It goes into the whole laser rods gimmick that these guys are coming out with, and we'll get a little more into that in robot mode. He also does have an attack feature here at the top. These two, what would be the openings, I suppose, for filling the tank with whatever you're going to fill it with, gasoline or whatever. These guys are actually a disc launcher. It's pretty cool. You load the discs right in here, and then when you turn this one on the back here, this is actually a knob, so you can turn this guy around and point him anywhere you want. And then when you turn the knob clockwise, that disc is going to shoot out of the front right there. I'm going to try and do it towards the camera a little bit there so you can see it. There you go. It shoots off pretty good. If you turn it quickly, it'll shoot off pretty good. I kind of did it softly because I didn't want the disc to go flying. But there's the disc, and you can see there's a little Autobot. That's the G2 Autobot logo right there. So it comes with 5 of those. You just load them up right in there, and then you can point this guy and just turn it. And let's try and do that on camera this time. There you go. And as you can see, they do fire off with a little bit of force, and I think I just lost that one, so I'm going to stop right there. Let's back this guy up and reload him, and then we'll get into the transformation for robot mode. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and just unhitch the trailer from the truck. And the hitch on the truck and trailer is pretty nice. You got a peg right here on the front of the trailer, and you've got a hole right there on the back of the truck. Plugs in really nice. It stays in very secure. You can turn the truck all over the place. It follows the truck nicely. So real nice connection there. So we'll just take him off for now, set him aside, and concentrate on the truck here. Transformation for this guy, really simple, really nice, and I really like the way that this figure looks in robot mode. Right here on the bottom, you're going to see here's the storage for the sword. I really love that they did that. I love that they found a way to put away the weapon without compromising the vehicle mode. It's something that we don't see a whole lot of anymore. A lot of times with the newer primes, you'll see them have a rifle or a sword, and they're always mounting them on the back of the truck there, and they can't compromise the vehicle mode. So I like that this guy stays hidden away. We'll set that aside. Take the back of the truck right here, extend that. That's going to be the legs. Right here, these back pieces are going to be the feet, so we can flip these down, separate the legs, and the legs are done. And you can see most of the robot mode already. We'll set the camera up a little higher. Okay, so you come up to the top right here, or come up to the sides rather. Pull the sides out. These are going to be the arms. And then right here, the front of the cab is going to, or the front of the engine here. This is going to separate, and these guys are going to just kind of rotate down, and then you just got to kind of straighten them out right there. Straighten out the arms. And finally, we're going to take the grill here, it's not really the grill, there's the grill, but the chest grill, I guess we'll call that. Flip this guy down, take this little lever up here, push down on it, that's going to release the head. Bring the head all the way up and slide that down. Turn your head around and close your grill. And here is Generations 2 Laser Optimus Prime in robot mode, and I really, really love the way this robot mode looks. It kind of looks like a G1 Optimus Prime on steroids. He's just bulked up and ready to beat you up and rip off your face. I love this figure. I think he's just so beautiful. And again, of course, you know, like I said, G1 paint job on this guy that I did myself. Originally he had like black legs and a gray chest piece with a blue grill, and the paint job was just all over the place. I never really cared for it. I wanted one that looked G1, so I made my own. As far as articulation goes, he's pretty good articulated for the time. You know, you got to consider what time this guy was made. You've got a rotation on the head. That's about it. Just a peg. He looks around, no up and down or anything like that. He's got the clear on the back of the head there, so he's got really nice light piping, as you can see. And I really love that head sculpt. I love that head sculpt on this Optimus Prime. Arms can go up and down a little bit, in and out, because of the transformation. You can also rotate them all the way around. You've got a rotation at right above the elbow. You've got a good bend at the elbow as well. No rotation on the wrist. You've got a waist swivel, which is really nice. Universal joints on the hips, so you can go in and out, forward and backwards. You got a bend at the knee. Let's see, nope, you do not have a rotation on the thigh. That's unfortunate. And because of transformation, you got a little bit of tilt on the foot there. So there you go. Really nice. I can't blab on enough about this figure. I just really like the way this figure looks. Now, I'll go ahead and give him his well, before I do that, let me show you that button that we were looking at before that turns on the headlights right there. If you look inside of his fist right there, you'll see that there's a light right there as well. And this is where the whole laser rod gimmick comes in. So his sword was clear, and the reason for that was you plug his sword into his hand, and when you press on the button, it's supposed to light it up. And it looks okay under darker conditions. Of course, I've got my lights here for shooting this. So I think what I'm going to do is let me turn that light off, and then we'll see if that looks any better. You can still see the light coming through, but it's not really lighting up the sword. Let me try one more. I don't really like to do this because I don't like turning the lights off. I don't like to make dark videos, but there you go. You can kind of see a little better there. You turn the lights off in the room, and it does light up the sword real nice. It looks pretty cool when the room's a little darker, but I've got a lot of lights going on in here, so you're just going to have to take my word for it. So there he is. There's Prime in robot mode. Awesome looking figure, but we're not done because, you know, the trailers, you got to be able to do something with the trailer. So let's move on to the trailer. So moving on to the trailer, I had to change my angle here because this trailer does get a little big and I wasn't able to get the whole thing in the camera. So the trailer transforms into a battle station, which is really, really cool. It's got the spring-loaded gimmick. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to take the front of the trailer here. This whole front is going to pop open and rotate down. And right here, I've got some extra weapons in here and accessories that I like to keep in the front here. It's nice because you got this little cubby hole here and you can put extra things in there. There is another cannon right here which works for both the figure and the trailer. or the battle station rather. So I'll get into that when we get the trailer transformed. And also there's a missile. He comes with two of these air launched missiles. If you remember my Combat Hero Optimus Prime review, he had these air launch missiles. This guy's got the same gimmick, and he comes with two of them. However, one of it's got a groove to store one of the missiles on the side, and then the other one, I think you're supposed to just leave it in the launcher when you close the whole thing up. And if you do that, the place where it stores isn't quite long enough for the tip, and it'll kind of push it down like this. And since I don't really have this guy out all the time or whatever, it's usually stored in trailer mode, I'm afraid that over time that would just kind of get memory and just stay that way, bent like that, and I don't want that to happen. So I typically just store this missile right here, since there's a little bit of space left over right here, and I can actually close this safely, and I'm secure in knowing that the tip isn't being bent and it's not going to stay that way. So that's just me. That's just the way I keep that. So anyway, so we folded down the front of the trailer here. If you look on the bottom of the trailer right there, there's a little handle. It looks like a handle, but it's a button. So this guy's spring loaded. You're going to want to push that button in. Now, you're going to want, you can just press the button and the whole thing is going to fly open, and it's actually kind of cool. However, if you do that, this missile launcher, or not missile launcher, this disc launcher is going to go that way. It's going to go straight ahead. And there's no lid really for the discs. So if you do that, when this thing pops open, those discs are going to go flying everywhere. So I like to just kind of press the button and just kind of hold it while I open it up. So that back side of the trailer is going to open up just like so. And then the sides are going to open off to the sides like that and like that. And then at this point, I'm going to take this disc launcher and turn it this way. And then turn it around so it's facing away from this part here. See, this side of the trailer is actually going to be the front of our battle station. So at this point, go ahead and take this this piece here and pull this down. That's going to reveal a cannon. And this is the air cannon where that air missile is going to go into. So we can go ahead and load that in. Is it... Yeah, if you remember on the other one, there's like the thing is flat, is round all the way around, and it's got a flat edge on one side. So you kind of gotta spin it until you find which is the side that it's supposed to go on. There it is. So now it's in all the way. Turn around to the back side again here. You've got another missile launcher over here, so you can pop this guy off. If you look at the bottom here, it's got a peg that goes into, or it's got a port rather, that's going to go into this peg right here. So that guy can plug in right there. Again, we're going to face that way. And then right here, there goes one of the missiles. Let's just put that in there for now. Right here's the little air pump for the air missile there. So this guy slides down, and then you can release it. If you look in there, you can see that groove. This guy's got this this little peg right here, so when you put this away, you can actually pop this guy all the way in there and then slide it up, and that locks it into place. But there you go, there's a little air pump. You just kind of pull this guy out and just set it anywhere. So there's, oh, and then finally, I almost forgot, finally, your little cannon here's got a peg. There's a little port at the top here, so you can just plug that guy in right there, and then face him forward. And there you go, there is the battle station for G2 Optimus Prime. We're looking at the back side here, so you can see there's the other missile storage on the side right here. You can see that right there. It stores the one air missile stores over there, and then over here on this side, this missile launcher, it comes with 10 of these missiles. This missile launcher holds 5 missiles. Let me pop this guy off right here, and this guy's cool because he's got a little peg on the bottom side right here. So if you bring Prime is actually able to hold this missile launcher as well. So if you want Prime holding that missile launcher, there you go, you can do that. And you've got these little spring-loaded mechanisms on the side here, so you can just hit those, and there you go, 2, 3, 4. Prime is ready to blow off your face. Pretty cool. So we'll set that aside. And again, it carries 5 missiles on the launcher itself. I've got 3 of them here, then there's 4, and there's 5, and then you've also got an additional 5 missiles that it comes with that store on this side of the trailer over here. So that's pretty awesome. We'll get these guys loaded back in and get this battle station turned around so we can show you guys the air launching one, which is pretty cool. Looks like the springs might be getting a little weak on those. So we'll pop this guy in here, and if I was a betting man, I'm going to say that these missiles are going to pop back off at some point while I'm moving this thing around doing this review. So we'll wait and see on that. Let's see what else. So let's go around to the front. Once again, now this would be the front of the battle station here. This would be what the enemies are seeing. Would be this right here. You've got the laser cannon on the top here. This guy can rotate, go up and down all over the place. And again, this weapon can be removed and it can be given to Prime. And this is his second laser rod weapon. So you can take the sword out, and then this guy will pop in. When he was mounted on the battle station, we were using this peg right here. And this is the peg that was, allowing it to move up and down and whatnot. So for the robot, what we're going to do is we're just going to rotate that so that that peg's facing straight back. And then that red peg on the bottom, that's the one that we're going to put into the fist that's got the LED built in. So this is cool because you can see the whole thing is painted black, but you've got those translucent red tips right there. So when you press on the button, it actually lights up. And again, I've got pretty bright lights in here, so it's kind of killing the effect a little bit. But you can see a little bit of the light coming through, which is really, really cool. And again, when the room is a little darker, this looks super cool the way it comes through. Let's give Prime his sword back. And then we'll set Prime back here, just so you can kind of get an idea. And we'll put the laser cannon back in here again. Plug that in. There you go. So again, this is the front of the battle station. This would be what your enemies are seeing. Again, the disc launcher, this guy is on a swivel mount, so you can rotate it and you can actually point him up and down. And then you can, again, rotate that disc on the second disc on the back, and that's going to launch those missiles, or those discs. I keep calling these missiles, and I don't know why. And then, again, just like we did with the Combat Hero Optimus Prime, you set this guy and point him wherever you want to go. And I think, what we're going to do, we're going to point him towards the wall so you guys can get a good look at this. We'll try and point him forward as much as we can. You got your little air valve right here. I haven't done this in years. This is the first time in years, and I'm going to do it with this set, so hopefully it works. You just hit your little air pump down, and there you go. Missile goes flying. And, again, predicated on how hard you hit the pump. So if you hit it softly, it's just barely, it got a little stuck there. It just barely goes. If you pump down on it real hard, it's going to go further. It's an air pump, so there you go. Really cool set. I really love the way this set looks. I love the way that the trailer transforms into this battle station. I think that is a really, really cool looking battle station as well. We'll set that there. Let's see, we'll kind of get a good, cool looking pose. There you go. So I really dig this set. Like I said, the only thing is I didn't really dig originally the colors on it. So I kind of went out and made my own sort of G1 looking Laser Optimus Prime, but the toy is still the same. The toy is unchanged. And I've also got the originally my first experience with this mold was the Robots in the Sky Scourge was the first experience that I got with this mold. So I got him as well. And then, completely fell in love with the toy, and I had to have it in Optimus Prime color, so I went and I did, like I told you guys earlier in the video, and I went and kind of made my own. So there it is. I think it's a really, really cool figure. I love it. I recommend it if you're into Optimus Primes. I think this is a very, very fun figure. Go out and get, if you come across one, get, for a good price, or if you want to just kind of make your own. Like I said, it wasn't horribly expensive. I paid $10 for the figure, $10 for the sword, and another $20 for the trailer. So for $40, I put this whole thing together, and it's complete. So, it's not a horribly expensive figure to put together, or if you come across a complete one, G2, and you like the G2 colors, totally check them out. It's a very, very fun figure. And I think that is going to cover Generation 2 Laser Optimus Prime. Please leave me a comment, give me some thumbs up, subscribe, and share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time on That's Just Prime.